Hello everyone, this is Hunter at Vapor Honing Technologies, and today we're going to be taking a look at our different air jet and tip combos. You may have seen our video recently about the air jets that we released that will help if you do not have 20 to 30 CFM. Let's say you have a little bit smaller of a compressor. We actually came up with this resolution to help you out. That way you don't have to switch guns. You can just interchange the tips and you can interchange the air jets to reduce your flow and not make your compressor work as hard and make the machine work with the compressor. Now, this is applicable to everything but the micro. The micro does have smaller lines, therefore it already has a smaller gun, smaller tip, smaller air jet. So over here on this side, we have the 5 CFM air jet. Now you're going to want to pair this with the 6mm tip. Now we do have different varieties and what you can choose for tips, but the reason you want to go with the 6 with this one is because when you restrict your flow, you want to also restrict to match in the tip so that you're not having a wide open tip but little airflow. That affects your efficiency with the machine. Now moving up, we also have the 15 CFM air jet. So this will reduce it to 15 CFM requirement instead of the 20 to 30. Now you're going to want to pair this with an 8mm tip, again, just to match the flows so that you don't have little flow to big output. Now this is what comes standard in your machine. And you'll see we have 2 different tips here that are 2 different sizes. So we have the 20 to 30 CFM air jet, but this is the standard 10mm tip that comes with every machine, again, besides the micro. Now, if you have more CFM than 30, what you're gonna wanna do is consider the 12mm tip. And the reason for that is when you're pushing more air, you can get more flow out of the 12mm tip. And more flow equals getting things done quicker, which will benefit you in the time you spend on each part. So if you have more than 30 CFM, you may want to consider getting a 12mm tip to go with your machine. Now 10, again, is what comes standard. These tips are boron carbide. They're very resistant and very hard to wear down. And I've been here almost 4 years. I've only replaced 1 or 2 tips over my time here. That's how durable they are in the wet blast cabinets. Now, as far as this white piece in the front, this is actually your tip holder. So if you turn this around, you can actually just slide your tip in here. Now, of course, you wanna have some silicone adhesive to go on the tip before you put it in so it stays put. But the way we put these in, it's very difficult to get them out. So you're gonna wanna get one of these pieces with your tip and your air jet. The whole set, if you buy 1 air jet, 1 tip, and the tip holder, is $51.99. It is important to note that as you go down to the 15 and the 5 CFM, this is going to affect your efficiency. So if you have less airflow and more restriction with the flow coming through the gun, it is going to affect the pace at which you can get things done. Kind of like we mentioned with the 12mm tip having the most flow, this is gonna restrict the flow the most. So as you restrict the flow, you're gonna get a little bit less efficiency out of it. Now you're still gonna get the same finish, it's just gonna be at a slower pace. So that's important to keep in mind when you go down to the 15 and the 5 CFM air jet, outside of the standard 20 to 30 CFM air jet. If you guys have any questions at all, we're happy to answer any questions you have. Just give us a call, 828-202-5563.